time, really. Why is it such a simcha time? Because it's man simcha seinu, obviously. But maybe also perhaps, when we do a mitzvah of Sukkot, our entire guf goes into the sukkah. It involves our entire bodies, and that makes it such a big mitzvah because from head to toe we're in it. That's definitely a good reason to be b'simcha. But the other reason is, between Yom Kippur and Sukkot, we're also busy doing different mitzvos, buying a srogim, and lulavim, and hadassim, and aravos, and building a sukkah. I'm sorry, so we just don't have time to do averos, which is a wonderful way to start the new year, and that definitely makes me very besimcha. Actually, I was telling my daughter the other day, I said to her, I said, Chanukah, in a few days' time is going to be Sukkot. And so she looks at me and she says, duh. And I was so proud of her because I realized she was practicing her Russian, because duh in Russian means yes, and that was fantastic because we're actually having a family from Russia eat by us on Sukkot, and I was so proud that she's doing a mitzvah already and practicing how to communicate with them, ben adam lachavero. So it's a tremendous, amazing, Gamzula Tova, time. Okay, this is not going to work for me because the nails are not going in all the way, Pashut, and it's mamash a bittul zman. Okay, I'm just going to get my mechona that makes things go a little bit quicker. Bear with me, I'll be right back. Hi, how you doing? Okay, I know you're sitting there in your house and you're thinking, who are you, right? Okay, so let me introduce myself. My name is Bracha Stein with an N at the end, and actually I am Rivka Leah's mother. I know, people tell me all the time, they say, you're Rebbetzin, Rivka Leah's mother? And I say, guilty as charged. Oh my goodness. Okay, anyway, so what I wanted to tell you is that Rivka Leah was not always like this, okay? She was such a popular girl in school, and she was so talented. She could sing, she could act, she could dance. I mean, seriously, that girl could do anything you want her to do. By the way, can you hear me? I'm just going to come a little bit closer. Hold it right there. Oh, that's better. Okay, so I even told myself back then, I said, Bracha, be careful, because this one's definitely Hollywood material, and she just might end up there, chas v'shalom. But that didn't happen. Anyway, so high school finishes, and she comes over to me, and she says, Ma, that's what she called me back then. She says, Ma, I want to go to Israel for seminary. So, being the good Jewish Brooklyn mother that I am, I said, of course. Go to seminary in Israel. Feel the experience. Learn a little. Get into it and then come home, right? Wrong. 2 years she ends up going to Israel. She leaves her mother for 2 years. Sorry, I just get so emotional when it comes to this. Being that my husband passed, may he rest in peace. Rivka Leah was my inspiration. I have other children, but she was my funny one, I remember when she left, I used to sit there with my coffee and I used to think about all her little acts and her little dances. Okay. Can't get so emotional on camera. Anyway, so I just want to tell you, so she goes to seminary for 2 years. She comes back and I see a totally different Rivka Leah, a complete change. She comes over to me one day and she says to me, Ima, it's not so appropriate to wear red before Hesse. I can't even do that voice. It's so irritating. I came over to her one day and I said to her, Rivka Leah, did you swallow a chipmunk in Israel? I mean, seriously. Really? Anyway, she's coming, so I really have to go. But I just want to tell you, whatever she tells you, take with a grain of salt. And I'm not talking about the kosher salt. I'm talking about the tiny, fine salt, because she means well, but she's a little bit, extreme. Okay, I gotta go. Hashem, I found the mechona. It was buried under so many things. I didn't notice it. I'm sorry for keeping you waiting. So where were we? Yes, it's not Simchas Seder, definitely. I know that a lot of you. Ooh, it works. Baruch Hashem. Okay, so I know a lot of you will be asking, Rebbetzin, how come you're building the sukkah and not your Baal? Well, it does say Ishto Kegufo. That's number one, so it's almost the same thing, really. And I'd much rather my Chanoich, learn than be busy doing this. The other thing is that, the post can bring down that even an Adam Nechbad should build his own sukkah. So if a chashav, a man, should build his own sukkah, who am I not to build my own sukkah? And also, the truth of the matter is, it's pashut. You have some wood. You have a mechona. Baruch Hashem, in today's world, the technology is so amazing. It's not a big deal. You have two walls. You put it together, and you connect it, and hopefully everything works out. And the nails are. Ay. I'm sorry you had to witness that. Okay, well, I have a pasuk. I don't know if it's a pasuk, but al ze ne'emar harachaman hu yakim lanu es Sukkos David hanofales. Okay, so I think I'm going to call my chanoich, because in a mikra like this, when it's almost Sukkos time, you don't want to be even more mevatel zman and be. Okay, I'm just going to go.